Hello, folks. You are listening to a special edition of Busker Broadcast. We're coming to you here at midnight downtown Asheville. I'm Abby the Spoon Lady, and we've got Ryan with us. And you want to introduce yourself and say hello?
Hello. My name's Ryan, and I like to play music.
Where are you from, and when did you get into town?
I'm from Boca Raton, Florida. I've been in Nashville since Tuesday night, so maybe 3 days. Love it here. Came here last year for only a couple days. It wasn't long enough, and found myself with time to come back. And I'm just basking in the glory that is Asheville.
So your first time busking here was last year?
No, oh well, yeah. I played with two locals. Played with them for about 30 minutes.
No, that was your first experience?
That was my first experience.
And what were you doing, and what were they playing, and what were you playing?
They were playing guitar and singing, both of them. And when I talked to this guy Michael, I was like, "Hey, I have a cajon in my car. Can I go grab it and jam with you guys?" And he's like, "Yeah, man." And the rest is history. In my life, at least.
And did you decide then that you wanted to come back here to busk? I mean, was it that moment, or was it just...
Well, ever since I've been here, I was like, I would really love to live here. So that's been one of my goals, and
yeah.
Hopefully one day I'll be able to either live in Asheville or live somewhere within 20 minutes. That'd be awesome. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like living here. I've been here permanently a couple years. Folks around here kind of know me. I've been in and out for a real long time. Mm-hmm. But when I first came here, I think my first experience busking was, if I remember right, I was playing with Ben Shirley, and he was playing clawhammer banjo.
Cool.
And that was my first experience busking here. My first time here, I took the wrong freight train. I was meaning to go towards Nashville and ended up in Asheville. But that's okay.
Perfect accident.
Yeah. And I've been coming back ever since, and I really like it here, and I really love busking here, and I want to keep doing it.
You guys were great tonight. That Spoon Lady and the Hunks. Black Spoon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, folks. We're looking for a band name here with the band I'm playing with. If anybody has a good band name, you can send me an email, abbyspoonlady@gmail.com, or find me at spoonladymusic.com. And please help me out. And anybody who comes up with a name, you will get a definite thumbs up on any albums, and so on and so forth, and maybe even a personal music video. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Something. We need a band name. So you told me that you're used to playing drums.
Yes, I'm a drummer. I'm in Florida. I'm in a couple bands. I play drums for a band called Smith Sunday, and we just did a 4-song EP, self-produced, and I'm in I don't know what you call it, gypsy rock punk band with my cousin James, Scarecrow
Right.
Jenkins. Amore Delirium is the name of that band.
He follows me on Facebook.
Oh,
Scarecrow Jenkins.
Yeah, he's my cousin.
That's your cousin?
It's my
You
cousin.
should tell him you hanging out with Spoon Lady.
I'll tell old Jenkins that Spoon Lady and I are hanging.
Totally. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. It's such a small world.
Wild. Absolutely.
But drums.
Drums, yes, I'm a drummer. And I've only been doing this one-man band thing for about 2 weeks, and technically 3 days, so...
Well, what do you feel? Do you feel like busking is a good avenue for learning and honing your skills?
Absolutely. Playing in front of people, and the fact that it's not on a stage and people can just walk by and not necessarily give any any kind of care.
You can move it around the microphone.
I've always been very shy, and when I'm inspired to do so, I'll even sing like some poems that I've written over the years, and like I've always wanted to. And I guess not having a set, like, alright, I'm playing at this venue, I have 45 minutes, I get to just explore and experiment, and
instead, a strict set list that you're doing, and you can sit there and jam and just kind of. And something that I really, really enjoy is that sometimes you can be playing and then play along with other people, or just kind of show up and sit in with somebody else. I really like it. I thought I'd seen you. We were playing at Peck Square. I thought I had seen you sit down for a moment with the fellow that was
when I saw him, I was like, I haven't played with anybody in a while, so hey buddy, you mind if I sit in with you? Yeah, sure. And it was cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I hope you get to sit in with a whole bunch of folks while you're here.
Yeah, I wanted to sit in with you guys. Maybe next time.
We have a lot of fun when we're down there. Peter, the bass player, he's in and out of town.
Yeah.
He's not a permanent resident here.
Yeah.
He used to be, wants to be. Kind of in spirit is.
Yeah.
But he's definitely in and out. And I've been playing with Vaden for 3 months on and off, I guess. And it's been a lot of fun. Yeah. And also my roommate Ruby comes down and plays fiddle with us. Today we had our buddy Will Frank playing fiddle with us earlier.
Very cool.
And he plays with a banjo player named Nathan Vargos. And they do all sorts of old-time tunes and Appalachian tunes.
Fantastic.
So there's a huge array of different folks that you could sit in with and learn from. And we all kind of sit in with each other, and we know each other, and we float around.
Yeah, my favorite. It's my favorite is improvise with people.
Exactly.
As a drummer, especially, and I mean, unfortunately, I don't have that capability on guitar or anything. So when I play guitar with people, they have to do that with me because I've just been playing the same stuff for a long time, and just exploring and what I could do with these groups of chords that I've come to learn somehow. And
how long have you been playing a guitar?
Guitar, for real, probably 3 years, and just writing, and not even writing, more just improvising in the same chords and finding different ways to play. And I've been a drummer for more than half my life, about 13 years now. And I guess I learned how to play Blink-182 stuff on guitar back in the day. But I decided to pick up a guitar go buy one because I picked up a friend's and I started playing something that I really liked, and I was like, I need to get one so I can explore this.
That's cool. So, that's cool. So you're going to be doing lots of exploring here. You want to fiddle around for us a little here?
I would be so thankful to do so.
Cool.
So here goes something, I guess. You'll be as surprised as me. Hope it goes well.
Do you have a name for that?
I wish I did.
It sounds like a good name.
I wish I did. That's the name of it. No, I don't.
Okay.
I write poetry, and I hope one day to have like the Stones to sing and all that. So like, yeah. I don't know.
Do you have music in your family?
I'm adopted, and I'm the only musical one in my adopted family, but my cousin James, or Scarecrow Jenkins, that's my blood family, and my little brothers, who share the same mother, they're all musicians in the making. Like, little Zach is in a band, he plays guitar, and he wants to learn ukulele. Christopher can teach himself classical pieces on like keyboard, and then Joshua is like, he was playing cello. I think he's learning saxophone now. I don't talk to them enough, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So but awesome. It is in the blood. It's in the blood.
That's great. So Asheville is the only place you've busked before?
I busked in Delray. I played with my friend Sean Myers. We went to like high school together, and I only went out one time by myself before I came up here. That was like a week or two ago.
Oh, what did that feel like?
It was freeing, because I've always been too shy to do things on my own. I've always tried to include others.
Yeah. And
going out by myself and just doing it was very freeing.
Awesome. That's great to hear. But do folks seem really, really welcoming as you've been here?
Yeah. This guy Happy, he's in charge of this wall down on
yeah.
It says, "Before I die, I want to blank" all over it, and he goes and he buys chalk and he washes it clean so people can write what they want to do before they die every day.
He's great. I like seeing him.
Yeah, he lets me, like, I set up right next to the wall my first day here, and he's like, "Hey brother, this is my wall, but I'll let you play here as long as I'm not here." So whenever he's not there, I'm there, and it's very nice of him to let me do that. And he doesn't let other people do it, I guess, but
he's kind of hung out there as long as I can remember.
Really?
And I've been in and out of here like a little over a decade.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, and he's, you know, "Hey, spoon lady." He's great.
Yeah, it's the first person I ever heard him call my name from down the road, you know, since I've been here. You like we're on a first name basis.
It's
very
awesome.
Nice. Yeah. Welcoming.
It's really awesome.
Yeah.
So you say you're writing a lot of poetry.
Yeah.
Do you publish anything or post or I don't?
Yeah, I posted on my Facebook. I really want to write a big like collection of it in sometime, make a book or something. That's part of the reason why I came up here, was to do a lot of like lyrical writing and introspection and find myself. You know, in a place I don't know anybody.
We have a feller on this station named Eddie Cabbage who sometimes busks with a typewriter.
Wow.
And he also hosts a show where he talks a lot about writing and poetry and
Very
stuff.
Cool.
You might be interested in chatting with you too.
Oh wow.
But there's a big scene for all of that here.
Yeah.
Just pretty much, there's a huge scene for getting your voice out.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody,
Yeah, yeah.
you have lots of eccentric personalities here.
Uh-huh.
But I'm glad that you seem like you've been received well.
Yeah.
Do you plan on booking any indoor gigs while you're here at all, or is that even on your plate?
I honestly haven't thought about that.
Yeah.
I never imagined being on the radio either. You like invited me to come in here. That's really cool. And but my bandmates are coming in town tomorrow because they're going to Bonnaroo.
Ooh.
And so maybe Asheville will experience a little stripped down acoustic Smith Sunday.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah, the Smith Sunday is the progressive, psychedelic, jazzy, instrumental-ish band. Pretty cool.
What are your bandmates playing?
Mike, he plays organ, and then Rollin plays guitar. Mike plays like organ with bass pedals, and then Rollin plays guitar with effects, and then I'm the drummer. And it's just the three of us, but it's pretty wild how the three of us can make some of these sounds. And
Yeah, that's cool.
we write off of a lot of improvised jams,
Yeah.
and then like we'll record improv and learn, and then over time it's like sculpts and we figure out what we're trying to do, and it
That's a good way of
evolves or
doing it.
whatever you want to call it.
Do y'all have a Facebook page?
Yes, smithsunday.com. Oh, well, facebook.com/smithsunday, I believe, is it.
We'll find it and we'll
Yeah.
post it on,
Yeah.
on our Busker broadcast page so that y'all that are listening can go there and search for it and it can be there.
That'd be awesome. That would
Yeah,
be
no
awesome.
problem whatsoever. So yeah, they're going to Bonnaroo. So y'all gonna do a little busking tomorrow night, or
Yeah. I think so.
Cool.
We'll show them around.
All right,
since I've been here
listeners,
early.
we're gonna have some good music coming out tomorrow night. That might be one night only. Who knows?
One
They're
night
gonna be
only.
going to Bonnaroo.
Bonnaroo.
I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, I've never been.
I mean, nothing against
They're
Bonnaroo.
like working at it, so they're like getting to go for free. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool,
Yeah.
but I still don't think I could do it to myself. I'll be honest. I like a good fiddle festival.
Giant crowds, or
Yeah.
not your type of music?
Oh, a little of both.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
little of both. I'm a little old-fashioned when
Yeah.
it comes to my
I'd
taste
love
in
to
music.
go to a bluegrass festival, 'cause it's some music that speaks to my soul. Gives me goosebumps.
Well, that's what them fellers that were in here. When Ryan first came in, we had Ain't Nothing Much in here. They were hanging out with me for a moment while we was waiting on Ryan, and they play bluegrass gospel downtown.
Oh, that's my type of bluegrass.
And
too.
my buddy Billy Scribbles has been playing with them recently, and it sounded real good. He's doing
Wow.
spoons on washboard, and
Oh,
it sounds pretty good.
That's
And
awesome.
and I'm really proud of Billy Scribbles. He's been coming out and just really giving Buskin a good go-to,
Yeah.
and has been really sticking it out and doing a great job. I'll be honest. He helps me out a lot. It's really great to have him around. But on that note, maybe you can run into them, and maybe I'll have you sit in with them once or
Oh,
twice.
that'd be
'cause,
sweet.
no, they're a really rowdy, fun bunch.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Ain't nothing much.
Ain't nothing much. Yep. You want to play us another one?
Yeah, give it a go.
Yeah, let's
It's
do
a
that.
little more. What would you call it? It's kind of like the type of music I play with Scarecrow Jenkins.
Ooh, I want
So-
to hear. Yeah, we gotta get him in here.
Yeah,
You should sing with us.
I will.
I can too. Maybe I'll just like sit send him a picture of you.
Do it.
Desert, forests, and the sea for a materialistic consumer society, trading our lives for nickels and dimes, blindly living dead alive. Wake up, go to work, watch the screen, buy these things, it's time to play, now go to sleep, repeat. Wake up, go to work, watch the screen, buy these things, it's time to play, now go to sleep, we'll count your sheep, there's no need for thinking. We've lost touch with reality, forgotten our roots far beneath the cracks in the street. And I just wanna grow up, up and up to the sun, to show the world we've done this wrong. But I would only be one flower that got to see the sun. Time to end, work's begun. branching up, swaying in the breeze. Thankful for the light. My feet dried up, and now I need a little rain. And I'm thankful for the storm. Oh, thank you, God.
That's great.
Thank you.
Do you have a name for that?
One poem is called Dead Alive, and then another one was called, I just called it Eyes, but it'll probably be named something else.
So you do a ton of writing, huh?
Yeah, over the years I've written a bit. That Dead Alive is a couple years old. I wrote in the car on my way to work.
Yeah,
So.
and sometimes that's what happens. It just kind of happens, you know.
Yeah.
Do you have like any musicians in particular that inspire you?
I don't know.
Or that
I
you
mean,
musically feel
like
from?
yeah. I mean, I feel like my cousin inspires me a bit, and then like my bandmates inspire me a bit, and I guess genres. I like a lot of different genres, like old timey, like roots stuff, and then I like experimental, like new experimental, like math rock stuff.
Yeah.
As like a drummer, and I pulled that from guitar as well. Like I like the jazzy and I like the old timey type stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, old time's a big deal around here, let me tell you. Sure is. I know that when I was watching you, you have some pretty serious rhythm with the way that you play guitar. And you know that you're very, very sure on your footing with the pedals, you know, and it shows that you're a drummer. I mean, you can tell that you have that rhythm, that basic rhythm.
It's funny because I've never done this stuff before, and I've been getting a lot of good compliments and people like talking about how do you play 3 things or 4 things at once? And I'm like, well, I've been a drummer for a long time, but I'm glad you appreciate my guitar work because I've never been a guitarist. So.
You had somebody waving at the window. I'm just waving hi. Sometimes they get excited we're in here.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been really awesome playing here. And it's been really good for me as just a person to be setting myself free of all the fears that I've had over the years. It's like a shy, introverted type person who's always just been the drummer. It's never been anything more than that, so.
Well, I really, really appreciate good timing. The person, you know, the way I play,
Yo,
I have to.
You're an uber timer.
I'm a walking metronome.
Yes, you are.
And sometimes I feel like it restricts me a little bit, you know what I mean? Because I don't have any give with my timing either, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And so with me, it's always, you know, just has to be right on, or it just doesn't work in my brain. You know, and maybe it's good to get away from that, like you were talking about, like, you know, you seem to like a lot of different facets of music and a lot of different kind of, you're talking about experimental stuff, and you know, that's a completely different world for me.
Yeah.
Completely. You know,
It'd be crazy to throw your spoons through like some crazy pedals.
Oh, believe it or not, I have done that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you go to YouTube and you look up Abby the Spoon Lady at Dino's, Nashville.
Dino's? Okay.
Yeah, this circuit bending folks from Chicago came down and hooked up my spoons to a bunch of pedals and stuff, and they also clamped clamped contact microphones onto my washboard that I was playing on, and we did electric spoons. And
really cool.
But yeah, it's on YouTube.
I bet that sounds awesome. I'm gonna have to check that out for sure.
I've never done that on the street, and I think that somebody might be mad at me if I did, But
some crazy spoon noise.
I would definitely have to watch it with that one.
Yeah, I wanted to bring a looper so I could be more free to do vocals.
Right.
And I couldn't. The one battery-powered looper I had, the battery power never worked on it, I guess.
No.
So, but it's been a great experience nonetheless. So, when I get back home, I'll be playing solo more often for sure.
Well, how long are you gonna stay in town? Did you say?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure I'm ready to leave. I was supposed to go back for Monday, and I don't think I'm going to. So maybe get a little.
Well, you got your bandmates coming, so now you're gonna be jamming, folks. You got to find these kids when they're down there playing music.
We'll see. They'll probably be here for. I'm not sure how long.
Yeah.
They're going off to the festival.
Yeah.
So. But I'm not ready for Florida yet. I'm still like soaking in all the beautiful mountain air and the good energy.
So, can I ask you? Do you feel like street performing should be allowed everywhere?
Absolutely. It's like an amendment right or something like that if those things exist anymore.
Well,
but, I mean, I know they do, but freedom of expression, it should be allowed. And I mean, to a certain extent, if you're like bothering people and people don't like it, of course you shouldn't be like, I mean, there should be some kind of regulation, maybe. I think it should be allowed. And then, unless people complain, like, you gotta be a good person, just like, oh, I'm bothering people, I gotta stop. But you can't really expect that from everybody. But it should be allowed. And from where I come from, it's like, we're all afraid to do this type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
I remember the first time I I went out in Delray, I was like, well, Mom, I'm going busking, I'll call you when I'm in jail. Like, just expecting it to be a problem, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
But I guess...
you were talking that you got run off a little bit.
No. We're just kind of like, I don't know what it is. Society makes us feel afraid to do things like that because we think we're going to get in trouble, so we don't do it, and go do it and come to find out we're not going to get in trouble. But maybe people just need to do it more so we're not all so afraid.
That's such a great quote right there. Oh, wow, that's such a great quote. Yeah. No, definitely. Bringing your art forms out to share with people is an extremely important thing.
Yeah.
And, I stress a lot about the importance of there not being permits for busking. And that's an extreme thing. And especially permits that consist of only giving them to locals. Because I honestly can say most of the folks that come through Asheville to go busking are not locals at all. And it would be so sad to completely kill our busking scene here and our beautiful music scene and all the stuff that is going on here. And hopefully other cities will kind of follow instead and be listening to what we're doing.
One of the most charming things about my first visit here was just how much music there was everywhere on the street. Because where I come from, that's not a thing. And it was just mind-blowing. I'm like, I gotta come back and do that myself. You know?
You should totally play us another one if you feel like.
I'll try to think of something.
Ooh.
wash away with my campfire cologne. Naked, unashamed, unafraid. With you in the river, I bathe alone. The man I used to be was washed away with my campfire cologne. I used to be washed away with my campfire cologne.
Um, well, the busking scene here has been through a little bit of hubbub over the last 8 months or so.
Yeah.
Probably. You know, and originally the issues weren't really us. I'm not going to really delve into it. But I think for the most part everything is really, really looking up. And it's nice that there's a group standing up for people's right to come out and express themselves in that fashion and to entertain, and that some of these art forms can be preserved and some new art forms possibly can be born.
Yeah.
And that's what's important, is making sure that people understand that it's important to get to know your neighbor, whether it is through song or dance or theater or whatever. And if you just kind of sit within your little cubby hole and drive around your car going from cubby hole to cubby hole, you're not going to experience anything.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's important to remember where all that music is coming from, that is coming to you off your radio.
Yeah, yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any issues with any other buskers or local wildlife or anything like that before while you've been busking here or in Florida?
Not really. Some guys, some street dwellers will come up and jam with me, and then one of them, there was two of them. I feel like, well, they wanted money, right? So I'm a pushover. He asked me something twice, I can't say no again. And dude kind of threatened me, and then his friend started to say, "You threatening my friend?" I'm like,
oh
no. No, he's threatening me, brother. But I hope you have a good one.
Was that here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was yesterday. No big deal. I mean...
But locals?
Yeah, no biggie.
Yeah. You know, sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta expect things.
Have you ever been out busking past the drunk hour before?
What hour would that be?
You know, like here they have this noise ordinance is 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But in other cities they'll let you stay out until when the bars are kind of leaking out some drunks.
1 or 2.
Yeah. And
no, I called it a night today at 10, and then I got lost and I couldn't find the radio station.
Well,
at
here
11,
we are.
But here we are.
That's
an hour
okay.
late, but it was all good, thankfully.
No, it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part here at WPVM, we're just trying to highlight what is going on, you know, the truth of what is on the street, that buskers aren't just, you know, they're not always your typical idea of what a busker should or shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
And there are all sorts of types coming from all sorts of walks of life, and they're just coming here to share a little something with you. And this way, those who are business owners here, who are residents here, who live and work here, can understand it from that side and understand where is this coming from. You know, they can see that it's a spider web of a whole bunch of different stuff that's very similar to you yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And making sure that people understand that there's a lot more to this than just some guys wanting to make some money on a street corner.
Yeah. I
Is
feel
what
like the
is
most
important.
I mean, it's just human nature, I guess, nowadays to to not look at strangers.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know,
A little bit.
it's a very interesting cultural experience that I love to experience because, you know, just people. I like to watch people, and then what? As a musician, if I see somebody playing on the street, I could not ignore them. But there's like other types of people that are afraid of you for some reason, or they're just like they just don't want to look at you. Or just, you know, it's interesting.
Yeah, I've noticed that some cities, especially bigger cities where, you know, like big cities where they have big city problems.
Yeah.
Here, not so much, but that folks are scared to look. I think some of it is that they're scared that if they look at you, then they feel like they have to give you $1 or something.
Yeah.
You know, but that's not always the case. Money isn't, I mean, don't get me wrong. We're, you know, some of us are making our living busking.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But it's not always about money.
Yeah.
And that's something you have to remember.
Yeah. I mean, why are we so afraid to look somebody else in the eye, like, or smile at a stranger? You know, but it's just interesting. It's a inspiring and interesting experience, busking. It's
Yeah.
very
Yeah, and
spiritual.
right, and the fact that you can come down there and be able to walk around and experience such culture is really, really awesome. And I mean, I think it's so great. I love living here. I absolutely love it.
It's wonderful. I hope I can live here, like, for real one day.
And another thing too is that most buskers, you know, and 99% of buskers aren't going to be bothered if you sit and watch for a moment and don't tip $1.
Yeah.
Because the truth of it is that most people watching on average aren't tippers.
Yeah. It's interesting. You guys pull a crowd. I've pulled a couple people, and that's very awesome to, like, have somebody want to just sit and listen, even without tipping. That's even cooler than the guy that's standing down the road, and then he comes and drops $1, and then he leaves again. It's like,
Yeah.
It's almost cooler to have some people just sit and
Hang out
actually,
for a second.
like, because they want to listen.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's great. I
It's
love
great
it
all
all.
around.
All right, well, we're reaching the end of our show here. We got about 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Folks, you can reach us at Busker Broadcast on Facebook. You can reach me at spoonladymusic.com. Do you have any Facebook contact, anything, band page?
Not for myself.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
All right, folks.
Instagram is think, see, listen, separated by underscores, but yeah, it doesn't matter. My name's Ryan, and thank you for listening if you did.
And you know, we can post links in the future.
Awesome.
You know, that's no issues.
Thanks so much for having me, Abby.
Thank you for coming in. I really, really am happy that we're able to do this here. This is actually a really rare thing that we're able to bring people right off the street, and the location of the station being right next to the whole hubbub to begin with is really, really awesome.
Totally cool. Definitely not what I expected in any, like, staying here, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't expect to be on the radio, and the fact that you asked me to come in, that was, like, mind-blowing.
Well,
The fact that this thing exists, Busker Radio, that's the coolest thing ever.
It's about creating community, and it's also about getting out, you know, the message that it's not always as it seems.
Some of the best musicians they're just on the street playing, you know?
Yeah, and some of them are only on the street playing for 1 or 2 days, and so we got to pick them all up. You know, and that's the thing. That's what we're trying to capture is the idea that this is a very, very organic thing that is happening here. Musical thing that is happening here. It is ever changing. People are going and staying and leaving and coming all the time. But most of it is flowing because most people do not live here. Most of the performers that are coming through are out of county, out of state. Most. And we do have our regulars. And bless them for being our regulars. I don't know. There's a handful of us, I guess. But what spices it up is what comes through here.
Yeah.
And what passes through here. They can come see a Spoon Lady any day of the week coming into Asheville, you know, but it's the new stuff, you know, seeing something unexpected. That really, really, really makes it special.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what else comes through here while I'm here. So,
You're going to find some fun stuff. I'm supposed to be having some friends come up from Nashville. Hopefully they'll be here tomorrow. That would be nice.
Nice.
I don't know. There's been a lot of folks coming through too, especially once season ended in New Orleans. A lot of folks started floating up this way. There's a migratory pattern that you can follow.
Yeah, I understand that there are patterns to pick up on.
Definitely.
Since I'm so new, I don't know these patterns yet, but I've heard of them.
You know, and everything gets easier. You know, the longer you busk, the more you learn how to relate to people in certain ways. And the more you notice certain things about, you know, people watching, you know, what people react to, what they don't react to, what catches their attention. And, you know, just kind of logs in and you learn, you know. Street performance in and of itself is a completely different thing than being a good musician.
Yeah.
You can be an excellent street musician and be a really, really bad street performer.
It's true. Yep. Just like you could be an excellent musician and be a terrible frontman.
That is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right. So buskerbroadcast@gmail.com if you're interested in being a part of this show. You are listening to WPVM 103.7 FM in Asheville. You can listen to us online at WPVMFM.org. This is Ryan and Abby, the Spoon Lady. And we're signing off because it's real late and I need to go to bed so I can come out and click spoons tomorrow. So come out and find Ryan and his friends and come out and see me and have a great time and hang around downtown a little bit if you're feeling like it. I hope you all have a great and pleasant evening.
Nighty-night, y'all.
Nighty-night.